Welcome to Creative Imperfections. I'm Kelly, and I am so glad you're here. Think of this podcast as your safe place to be your beautifully messy self. Let's dive in. There's this idea that your growth, your discipline, your success, all of it comes down to you, your effort, your mindset, your consistency. And yes, that matters. Of course it does. But there's another layer that people don't always want to look at because it's a little less within your control. And that's the environment you're in and the people that you're surrounded by. Because whether you realize it or not, the energy around you is influencing you constantly. The conversations you're part of, the standards that are normalized, the way people talk about their work, their goals, even themselves, all of that starts to shape what feels possible to you and what feels out of reach. It affects how you see your own progress, how you measure yourself, how you respond to challenges. If you're in an environment where people are constantly complaining, doubting, playing small or settling, that starts to feel normal. Not because you agree with it, but because you're immersed in it. And over time, it lowers your expectations without you even noticing. On the flip side, when you're around people who are growing, who are pushing themselves, who are willing to be honest about where they are and still move forward, it raises something in you. It challenges you, not in a competitive way, but in a way that expands what you believe is possible. And this isn't about surrounding yourself with only positive people. It's about surrounding yourself with people who are engaged, who are intentional, who are actually in it. People who are doing the work, not just talking about it, because proximity matters. It matters more than talent sometimes. It matters more than strategy or motivation, because it's what you're consistently exposed to. And what you're consistently exposed to becomes your baseline. So if you've been feeling stuck or disconnected or like you're not moving at the pace you want to be, it's worth taking a step back and looking at the environment you're in. Not from a place of blame, but from a place of awareness. Are the people around you reinforcing the version of you that you're trying to grow into? Or are they reinforcing a version of you that you've already outgrown? It's a hard question. It's a really hard question. Because sometimes it requires you to make changes that aren't easy. It might mean creating new spaces for yourself or seeking out new conversations, stepping into communities that challenge you in a different way. And that doesn't mean cutting people off or making drastic decisions. It just means being intentional about what you're feeding yourself on a daily basis, because that input becomes your output. As a creative, this matters even more because your work is so connected to your mindset, perspective, and emotional range. The more you're surrounded by people who are growing, the more that growth can show up in your work. So if you want to elevate your craft, whatever that is, don't just look at your technique. Look at your environment. Because you don't grow in isolation. You grow in context. Thank you for listening to Creative Imperfections. Always remember, there's magic in the mess. If you enjoyed this episode, share it, subscribe, and keep showing up for your beautifully imperfect journey. Until next time.